This is Marissa with Marisa Moments. So, true story. I remember years and years ago, dare I say lifetimes ago, I was hanging out with a group of people, and one of them had showed a picture of a dress. And this dress had feathers, sequin, lace, ruffles, literally everything you could think of fashion-wise was in this one garment. And you want to know my response? I laughed. I was the only one who laughed, mind you. But like I said, I don't necessarily think things through before I do them. I just kind of respond, and then in hindsight, I'm like, oh crap. But anyway, in this circumstance, I laughed because I thought it was a joke. I was like, there's no way that this is what you have opted into. You saw a list of everything and you were like, that's it, that's for me, right? And then I recognized in the silence that everyone else was switching into agreement. Oh, I love it. That's awesome. That's amazing. And I was still like, that is not amazing. Now, of course, this is my own personal opinion, but in that moment, I also recognized that the reason why this person chose that garment was because they wanted to be, air quotes, different. They wanted to stand out. They wanted to be above the rest, right? And in my mind, I couldn't reconcile the idea of being so, for lack of a better phrase, desperate to be different at the cost of my own comfort or my own taste or design or just organics, right? But in that moment, it was a very great lesson that was learned, because everyone else, I saw in their eye that they had the same response that I did, but I was the only one that was honest in that moment, at least honest enough to say what it was I was thinking. Because I thought we were friends, and I thought that's what friends did. Needless to say, of course, I ended up ostracized from that group. And I laugh. I mean, it's funny, but it's not funny. At this point, I've gotten past all of the separations and all of those different things because I've learned my lesson from it. And I wish everyone nothing but the best. But as a reflection and as a lesson, what I receive from Spirit is that we often work so hard to be different that we ostracize ourselves in the process. We end up becoming caricatures of ourselves, right? We end up making ourselves into that cartoon character because we want to be so seen. And that's the bottom line. Everybody just wants to be seen and acknowledged, but at what cost? Make sure your choices are organic, not because you're trying to impress.